When death came knocking, prophecy answered.
The verdict of death has just been cancelled.
A journey that almost ended in tragedy. Mr. Innocent was involved in a ghastly motor accident.
Each time I look at my phone and see the pictures, I keep still asking myself, look at my size, and look at the way this car squeezed. What happened?
By the prophetic covering upon his life, he walked out without a single scratch.
When the wind started, life was going out of me. I started sweating. Water was dripping on my back.
What could have been a story of sorrow became a testimony of divine preservation.
I came out, no blood in the car, no blood on the scene of the accident, no blood inside my body.
Don't miss this breathtaking story on Testifier's Time, only on Dunamis TV.
I've told myself that me and my generation, me and my generation, we will serve God all the rest of our lives.
When God covers you, no force can uncover you.
My name's Innocent Oche Ada. I'm an Idoma man from Oche local government area of Benue State. I'm married with 2 children. And I graduated from the Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi, in 1996. And I served in Warri in Delta State. After my NYC in 98, I went to Lagos and started life like any other young man. I spent 17 years in Lagos. Before I was watching Dunamis TV a few times, and then I think on 2 occasions I came to Abuja on official assignment. I worshipped at Area 1. I think 2013, 2012, 2013 precisely. And the moment I stepped in, my spirit was at home. I knew this was where me and my family belongs. My younger sister was living with us. We just carried our clothes and then moved to Abuja here. We left everything that we had. We bequeathed it to my younger sister. Just carried our clothes, the children, and then we came to Abuja. Started from like zero. But in 10 years, I went through the foundation class and all the other things and got planted fully with my family. Still did a fresh baptism by immersion here with me and my wife. And then, of course, we were worshiping in other churches before then, but we felt we needed to come here and start all over. So we made ourselves available for the baptism by immersion. I joined this commission in 2015. And it's 10 years now, a decade today, that I joined this commission. Massive blessings. My PA, Daniel Ebute, he served me for so many years, you know. And when he wanted to get married recently, his wedding was on Easter Monday. This is 2025. So I traveled from here to Makurdi. Of course, I have a driver, but during the Easter period, when I came down, I said he should go and spend the Christmas with his family. So he left. And after the wedding was on Easter Monday. The Saturday after then, I decided to come back to Abuja so that I can rest enough and worship on Sunday. So that morning I prayed. My security guard packed all my things inside the car, and then I took off. I remember exactly 8:45 a.m. I took off from Makodi, got to Daudu. I stopped there to buy yams, 45 tubers of yams. Because there are a lot of families going through challenges. I felt I want to share 555 tubers. And then I proceeded. At about 10:15, I was very close to, I was heading into, entering Akwanga. You know, it's uphill. Very close to Asabe. For those of you who travel that road, there's a popular spot called Asabe. I was very close to that place already when, and I was playing Daddy's song because I have a flash drive that I bought from the bookshop here. They downloaded all the messages, songs. And I remember very well the song that was playing. You are always there to help me. And I was listening and I was singing along. I was like enjoying the trip. For those who know me, I don't run. I don't go beyond 80. So if you want to travel with me, you are in a hurry, I'll ask you. If you are in a haste, go to the park. Because I don't run beyond 80. So shortly before Asebe, when I was at Akwanga, I heard the sound. The car is a Lexus 350. Yeah. I heard a sound of like a swarm of bees, you know, when bees are moving in. I said, where is this coming from? Because I was inside the car, AC all wind up. And then I looked just by the side. I saw the wind. You know, it came from around the bush area. It was coming and it was carrying sand and an evil wild wind, you know. Yeah, because when we were small, they used to say it carries people from the ground. I said it's a mite. I didn't believe it. But it was rolling. I was carrying papers and nylon. I didn't know it was heading for me. The moment it got close to me, it just carried the car from the ground. And then I tried to control, no way. Started somersaulting. So it's between 6 or 7 times that I somersaulted. You know. At a point again, carried the car, the last one, to the roof of one store because there was a small store that a farmer and the wife built. They are storing their harvest there, grains. Went to the roof, cleared the whole zinc. When it was coming down, then it was with his back. I just said, God, have mercy on me. God of Dr. Pastor Paul Enenche and Dr. Becky Enenche, where are you? Because I knew, because I was upside down, if the car hits on the ground, definitely it would break my neck. Well, I don't know, from nowhere, like an angel pushed the car. So there's one palm tree and a high tension pole standing side by each other. In between them, the car now hung there. This one side tried to touch the ground a little, but where I was, it inclined. And then I got hanged there. And while there was somersaulting, at that split second, I thought of my wife and children. Everybody, I said, God. Then, as it was somersaulting, it was flinging out. The windscreen left. My laptop bag was at the back seat. It left. All the yams were dividing. A lot of, you know now, when car is somersaulting, it begins to fling everything. But the seatbelt held me. The 2 airbags had shot out in the course of the accident, to tell you the level of impact, you know. And that was everything. The car squeezed. I was upside down. I was hearing lots of noise, people screaming, running, cars parking. When they got there, the first guy that came wanted to, I was the one that removed the seatbelt. Even though I was upside down, I could, because I was conscious throughout. I pressed the seatbelt removed. So the guy wanted to pull me with his hand. I said, no, because I'm already feeling pain here. Can we, one of them, let them look for a way to find a way to come into the car and carry me from behind? So they used an axe to tear through that particular side where the windscreen removed. They tore it and then stretched it a little. A couple of the young youths there. And then the one guy was able to squeeze his way in, lifted me from the waist. Then 2 others carried my leg, brought me out and laid me on the ground. I remember it was around 10, about 20 minutes after 10 in the morning, you know, on that Saturday. Okay, that Saturday, that was on the 26th. Easter was in April, 26th of April. The accident was on the 26th, Saturday. So they brought me out and laid me on the ground. You know, the crowd was too much. So they started to push. They brought a bench. And then I asked for a bench. They brought a bench. I sat on it. Because of the crowd, they were pushing people outside so that I can get air. So they pulled my shirt and I sat on the bench. And people were rushing. Cars were stopping. There was a man with his family who was traveling to Lafia to a meeting. He came and rushed and said, how many people died here? How many people? They say nobody. This is the old man. This is the only man in the car. And look at him sitting. So he went around my body because there was no blood anywhere, not even in the car. And look at me. Say, come, bros, I beg, no vex. No, they lie to us. Now, wait till you swallow. And I'll laugh. I say, it's Jesus that I swallow. He look at me again and say, where do you worship? I said, Dunam. He said, no wonder. He turned to the people. He said, these people, they are unkillable. I would have taken you to the hospital, but I have a meeting to catch. Nothing will happen to you again. They are unkillable. You can't kill these people. He told his wife, let's go. That's how they entered their car and he started rushing to see. But lucky for me, there's a guy. His name is Oche. He just sent me a message now to greet me. He's a contractor with this mask. He comes to serve them diesel. So, they are the ones that power this thing. She said on Friday, he came there, did all the checking, put diesel, everything. But he was at home that Saturday. He had a restlessness to just go there and go and check. It was when the accident just happened. He said he saw where my car was. He saw the car when the car left the road. He was driving. He saw people rushing. He was wondering. Then when he came down, he rushed to the scene. That was the guy that, he was the one that took me to the hospital. Yeah, because when they sat me on the bench, they asked me, can I remember my phone number? I said, yes. I called my phone number, the number for them. He used his phone to call the line. They listened in the car. Nothing. They kept calling. Then they say, okay, do I have anybody's number in my head? My wife and my family are in London. So if I could give her a number, obviously there's not. So my friend, Tunde Falola, we graduated from the University of Agriculture together. He lives in Lugbe here. I just gave them his number. And they asked me, I just called the number straight. So the man dialed the number and called Tunde. He said, Tunde, are you Tunde? I remember his word. He said, there's a fatal accident. He said, do you know Innocent? Tunde said, yes. He said he was involved in a fatal accident. That's the word he used. He said, fatal accident. Then Tunde, he felt it was 419. So I said, give me the phone. I picked it. I said, Tunde, it's me. I had an accident. It was ghastly, but not fatal. I think it's ghastly accident. Just jump into your car and start coming. I'm at close to Asade, and then gave the phone. So that was how they began to gather my things. As they were calling the phone, the guy kept calling that number. More people that were running. One man, he said from his farm, he was rushing. On the bush part there, he saw the phone ringing on the ground. So when they were talking on phone, he said, are you sure it's not this phone? When the brother said, yeah, that's my phone. So with that, they gave me the phone. They were gathering all my things. That guy said they should assemble it in front of him. His name is Ekene. He said he lives in Akwanga. They were gathering everything. The only thing they couldn't find was my power bank. The yams all got pieces, so I told the villagers to share it. And then we gathered all my things together. And I sat on the bench there. I was in pains. So I said, we can't wait for Tunde. Can you take me to the nearest hospital? He said, there's a Catholic hospital. I'm trying to remember the name of the Catholic hospital in Akwanga there. So he quickly called the road safety at that Akwanga junction. There's one road safety that was always stationed there. He called them and told them, because he knows them, that there's an accident. He's coming to an accident victim. That they should put somebody in the car so that when we get to the hospital, they won't be asking for police reports and all of that. While I sat on that bench, after about 20-something minutes where I was sitting there, that thing was hovering around. The wind started again because that time now the weather was already becoming like it wants to rain. That thing was hovering around again because I noticed suddenly something began to come. When the wind started, life was going out of me. I started sweating. Water was dripping on my back. I started speaking in tongues. I said, I shall not die. I belong to the Dunamis Commission. We serve a direless God. I will not die. My father in the Lord said, no, we can never die like a chicken. While I was declaring, everywhere had gone blank. I could hear voices, but I couldn't see anybody at that moment. Because as if life was going out of me. Water was dripping. Then it's as if an angel, because I couldn't see, just opened like a fan or AC on my face. And this cold breeze that came. Immediately that cold breeze came, life came back to my leg. It came back. My eyes started opening gradually. I could see people, but they were very dim. Then after some like 30 seconds to a minute, my everywhere became clear. and I saw the Ekene standing. That time he had packed all my things inside the car. He just told me, sir, let's leave this environment. There's something here. Let's move. He sensed what happened.
Experience the power of God anywhere with the Dunamis TV app. Watch live services, uplifting sermons, and transforming worship moments at your fingertips. Simply search Dunamis TV on Android or iOS, download and open the app. It's that easy. Stay connected to the move of God anytime, anywhere. Download the Dunamis TV app now.
You are not chicken to be terrorized by the devil all the time. Tonight, there is a fire in my heart to see every single one seated here and connected online, completely free from every chain of captivity, every chain of bondage, every chain of enemy yoke, every oppression and every affliction, every death sentence placed on your life. I am anointed to announce the chains are broken.
So he carried me and put in the front. He has a Golf. So he put me in the front seat because he loaded my things both in the boot and on the back seat. And then he said, "Oga, let's leave here now." And then we left. So he took me, when we got to that junction of the road safety, one of them entered the car. He had to just squeeze his way into the back. And they drove me to that Catholic hospital. So when we arrived there, because there was a road safety, they took me straight to the emergency, put me on the table and they gave me tetanus immediately. And then they started bombarding me with painkillers. Then Tunde was on his way. My younger sister arrived. She's in Kefi, so I called her. So she and the daughter also arrived. And while we were there, you know, this modern age, this jet age, people, internet, the scene of the accident, they began to upload the pictures. So my wife was at work in London and saw it, ran now, wanted to say she's going to commit suicide. They held her. So while I was on the slab, my phone started ringing on WhatsApp. And I couldn't receive call. So my younger sister picked the call. And it was my friend Olumide who was calling. Because we both married from the same family. His wife is the younger sister to my wife. So he told them that they should give me the phone. It's on video. My wife wants to kill herself in London. She said they are lying. So if everything has told them, because of the picture of the car, she said it's a lie. They're only deceiving her. So they had to give me the video, the phone, video WhatsApp. So I told her, I call her NM, my mother. I'm an Idoma man. That's the name I call her, the pet name. I call her NM. NM means my mother. I say, NM, nothing is wrong with me. I had an accident. The car is gone, finished. But I'm cool. I have pains here. I believe I have a fracture, but I'm very okay. That was what brought down the tension. You know, and after then, when Tunde arrived, that Ekene, he left his car parked there, entered Tunde's car, and they drove to the scene of this thing. Tunde went and got a towing van and pulled the car down and turned it. That's why we were able to get the pictures of when the car had been turned, you know. And then the villagers gathered and helped him to turn it. But when I was living there, something significant happened. They saw that the car cleared the zinc. Rain wanted to fall, so the man and the wife was even on the ground rolling, crying that they are farmers. This is the whole of their life, grains, and rain is about to start. How are they going to do? So people got angry with them. Say, see this man survived a ghastly accident. You are talking of. I told them, no. This is their life earnings. How much is the zinc that they could fix? They say we're talking. Some say 70,000, some say 60. The other one say 80. So I just collected the account number, wired 100,000 to them. They were running they go and buy a zinc and all that before they took me to the hospital from there. So when they got back there, he pulled the car down. He saw that it was a scrap. The engine had divided, everything squeezed. So he just left it there. And they came back and met me at the hospital. And when they arrived, I said, they had taken me to the X-ray already, X-ray room. They did an X-ray. They saw that I have a fracture. I told the doctor I'm afraid for internal bleeding. Can I do an ultrasound? I said, they don't have. But that the way he has seen me, that I don't have any internal bleeding. I said, no, I don't believe that. So I told him, they take me to Abuja straight. Let's start going to Abuja. So they put me in the car. They are giving me a lot of painkillers then. I was in pain, but it was okay. I managed until we got to this Alliance Hospital in Gariki. If you go there today, my file is there. And then immediately they did an ultrasound. When they did the ultrasound, they said, nothing. I said, I'm perfectly okay. There's no internal bleeding, no internal injury. So that put my mind to rest. So they said, they have to operate it. I said, no problem. So they prepared me for the following day. By 9 a.m., I was the first one. They wheeled me to the theater. It was Dr. Oche. He's the orthopedic surgeon there. They took me to the theater and they did the operation. And then wheeled me out after 3 hours to the ward. I took a private ward because I know a lot of people. The accident that happened, everybody. The hospital was full. In fact, at a point, the management, because of the visitors, the management had to place a ban. And nobody must go to my ward again because everybody was around. After 3 days, they discharged me. I waited for some days. They lose the stitches. It was after they lose the stitches, and I told them, can I travel? The man said, well, yes, if I'm going to be careful with it. I said, no problem, because if I get to London, I'll go to the hospital if they need to check. So, and then that was how I left. When I arrived in London, there were some swells that night. I noticed some swells. So the following morning, I went to the urgent care in London. That's for emergencies. When I got there, I showed them a copy of the X-ray because they gave me, I had a copy of the X-ray before the accident and after the accident.
Experience the power of God anywhere with the Dunamis TV app. Watch live services, uplifting sermons, and transforming worship moments at your fingertips. Simply search Dunamis TV on Android or iOS, download and open the app. It's that easy. Stay connected to the move of God anytime, anywhere. Download the Dunamis TV app now.
You are not chicken to be terrorized by the devil all the time. Tonight, there is a fire in my heart to see every single one seated here and connected online, completely free from every chain of captivity, every chain of bondage, every chain of enemy yoke, every oppression and every affliction, every death sentence placed on your life. I am anointed to announce the chains are broken.
Indeed, God has shown himself mighty in the life of Mr. Innocent. His story is living proof that God is still in the business of shielding his own.
Angels engulfed me inside the car. That is just.
And guess what? His testimony didn't end there. He went on to share how God lifted him tremendously through his connection to the mantle upon God's servant, Dr. Pastor Paul Enenchi.
What I've seen in 10 years, I didn't see it in 45 years.
You don't want to miss what comes next. Join us at the same time for the continuation of this powerful testimony. It will stir your faith, strengthen your spirit, and remind you that God is still writing miracles every day.
Me and my generation, me and my own generation, we will serve God all the rest of our lives.